Welcome back to the session Diversity in Living Organism, and the subtopic is Animalia. In previous class we discussed about the animals which belong to different phylum which do not have skeleton system. Today we are going to discuss about the animal sub-kingdom called Chordata. First let us recall. When you look into the animals like fish, human beings, birds and snakes, and these animals possess skeleton system. Based on the presence and absence of skeleton system, Animalia is divided into two subkingdom. Some animals which do not have skeleton system are grouped in one phylum. Animals with skeleton system are grouped in another phylum. When you observe the embryos of fish, human beings, birds and snakes, etc., we come across a soft rod-shaped structure in their embryonic stage. Those rod-like structure we call it as notochord. This notochord gives rise to the skeletal system. The organism which possess notochord will give skeleton system, and the organism which possess notochords are grouped under a phylum called Chordata. Now this Chordata, let us discuss the various animals which are included under Chordata. Notochord, the word Chordata is derived from the word notochord. Chord means small rod-shaped structure. This notochordate will give skeleton system in the organisms. When you look into the fishes also come under Chordata. Fishes move with the help of fins. Frogs will move with the help of forelimbs and hind limbs. They hop with the help of forelimbs and hind limbs. Snakes do not have any limbs. They have reduced limbs. They crawl on the chest cavity. And coming to the birds, they possess wings for flying. Limbs are modified as wings. Now coming to the human beings, apes and all, they have limbs. They are bipedal. They walk with the help of two limbs. Now based on all these animals, even fish, frogs, snakes, birds, even though they are all possess notochords, there are certain differences in them. Based on the differences, the Chordata is again divided into 5 classes. This Chordata is also called as vertebrata, and the organisms without no skeleton are called as invertebrates. Now let us see Chordata. First we'll go the examples of Chordata, humans and apes. Let us discuss. Human and apes will reproduce by giving their young ones directly. Such organisms are called as viviparous animals. Now these organisms, apes and mammals, they have hair on their skin. They are warm-blooded animals. The word warm-blooded means they have the constant body temperature. They maintain the constant body temperature irrespective of their environment. They maintain a constant body temperature. Such animals, we call them as warm-blooded animals, are homeothermal animals. Homeo means same. Homo means same. They have same body temperature irrespective of the environmental changes. They move with the help of limbs, and they have 4 chambers heart. Every heart consists of some room-like structures in them, and those room-like structures are the partitions. We call them as chambers. Apes and human beings and apes have 4 chamber heart, and they move. They have mammary glands. The mammary glands produce milk. They feed their young ones with milk. They possess mammary glands. That's why this group of animals are placed under a class called Mammalia. Coming to the next class. When you see the next class is when you come across examples, snakes, crocodiles, lizards, all these come under class called Reptilia. The organism belong to this Reptilia class. They are creeping organisms. Their body is covered with scales, and they reproduce by laying eggs. The organism which reproduce by laying eggs are called as oviparous, and these organisms are cold-blooded organisms. That means they do not have constant body temperature. They change their body temperature according to the climatic conditions. Such animals, we call them as poikilothermic animals, and they breathe with the help of lungs. and they have reduced limb. Even mammalia also, the breathing organs are lungs. Mammalians also breathe with lungs. The next class is apes. Apes means all the birds. And these apes or birds, all the birds belong to the class apes. They lay eggs. They reproduce by laying eggs. Their body is covered with feather. Body is covered with feather. And these birds are warm-blooded animals. That means like that of mammalia, these birds are also warm-blooded animals. They have a constant body temperature. They maintain a constant body temperature. Their heart is divided into 4 chambers. They fly with the help of wings, and they have the respiratory organs as lungs. The next class is reptilia. All the reptilians are creeping organs with 3 chambers heart, and their body is covered with scales. They lay eggs. They are cold-blooded animals, and they have reduced limbs. The respiratory organs are lungs. The next class is amphibians. Amphibia means dual. Amphibians have dual life. They can live on land, they can live in water. Such animals we call them as amphibians. Now these amphibians reproduce by laying eggs. They are cold-blooded animals. That means they can change their body temperature according to the climatic conditions. Such animals we call them as cyclothermic animals. Their skin is slimy, slippery to touch, and they have 3 chambers heart. Now the last class is Pisces. The organism belongs to class Pisces, have gills as their respiratory organs. They have 2 chambers heart. Their body is covered with skin, and they possess scales, and they are cold-blooded animals. That means they can change their body temperature according to the climatic conditions, or they are also called as cyclothermal animals. Once again we recall, Chordata is divided into 5 classes. The first class is the 5 classes: mammalia, apes, reptilia, amphibia, and Pisces. Okay, thank you children. We'll meet in the next session.